Hi everyone. This is chapter 6A, solving trigonometry equation. So I have listed out four main steps that you should follow when you solve sine cos of tan equation. Your first step is you always find the basic angle using the exact values table. We're going to call that theta, okay? Then your second step is you're going to draw a little circle and you're going to use ASTC to find the quadrant that has sine positive, cos positive, or tan positive. Okay, so have positive sine, cos, or tan, depending on what you're looking for. Then it's important to know the angle in this quadrant. So let's say theta is the basic angle in quadrant one. So here we have the reference angle here, theta. If you want to find the angle in the second quadrant, you will have pi minus theta. Okay. Then the angle in the third quadrant, that will be pi plus theta. And then the last quadrant is 2 pi minus theta. Okay. Once you've done the second step, you're going to have one or two solution. So make sure that once you done that, you're going to solve for x, solve for the angle first. So you're going to solve for the variable. Then your third step, if you're going to add or subtract a period to find other solution, sometimes an equation can have three or four solutions. And the last step is we make sure that you check with the domain as well. So we're going to do some of the example together to see how to apply those steps. Now, let's look at the equation that we have here is sine theta equal a half. So our reference angle for sine equal a half, that will be that side here. So sine equal a half, that's 35/6, right? So reference angle RA theta equal pi/6. Okay. Then step one done. Then step two is we're going to draw a little circle and we're going to find the angle that we want. So in here, we want side to be positive. So A is positive, S is all side positive. So we would want quadrant one and quadrant two, right? Because this is the only two quadrants that have side positive. So we have here, theta here is pi/6. Yeah, if you look at that. In the second quadrant, you want pi minus theta, which is pi minus pi/6. Okay, is 5 pi/6. So you would write here, it's just theta or x or whatever the variable that they call it, theta equal pi/6 or 5 pi/6. Okay, so you done the second step. You have got the value for theta. Then the third step is you're going to find other solution by subtract or adding a period. By looking at the domain 0 to 4 pi, which is quite large, right? So I know that there might be some more solution out there. So I'm going to add and subtract a period from here. So the period equal 2 pi over n. N is a number next to theta, which is, you can see the number next to theta is number 1. It's technically 1 theta. So 2 pi. Okay. So I have 5 pi/6 in my solution. Then I'm going to add a period from here. So pi/6, I plus 2 pi, I plus the period. That gives me 13 pi/6. That's another solution that I have. 5 pi/6, I do the same thing. I plus 2 pi, right? That gives me 17 pi/6. Yeah. Then if I do it again, 13 pi/6, if I plus 2 pi, then what do I have? keep plus into pi. So 12, so 25 pi over 6, right? And 17 pi over 6 plus 2 pi. What do I have? I will have 29 pi over 6. Okay, so you can see what I have so far is I have pi over 6, I have 5 pi over 6, I have 13 pi over 6, 17 pi over 6, yeah, 25 pi over 6, 29 pi over 6. Now I look at my domain. My domain is 0 to 4 pi, so it needs to fit in the domain. So if I check my domain, pi over 6 fit in the domain, 5 pi over 6 also fit in, 13 over 6, 13 over going to 6, 6 going to 13 twice and a bit, so 2 pi something, that's fit in. 17 pi over 6, that's also fit in. 25 pi over 6, 25, if you do 25 divided by 6, you get 4 point something. That's over 4 pi. So that doesn't fit in. And 29 pi over 6, that doesn't fit in either. So you end up having 4 solutions, which is the one that I just ticked off. Okay, so in the answer for this question, you list them out as pi over 6, sorry, pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 13 pi over 6, and 17 pi over 6. Right. Now, if we do in degree, they pretty much the same thing. Instead of doing radian, you do degree. So I follow the same step. So for A here, I find the reference angle that have cos equal root 3 on 2. If I look at my table, cos equal root 3 on 2 is there, 30 degrees. So reference angle, 30 degree. Then I draw the unit circle for my second step. And here I want cos to be positive. So A is positive, S, T, C. So the quadrant have cos positive, quadrant 1 and 4, which is theta here. I have that at 30 degrees. And in quadrant 4, I have 2 pi, but I don't use 2 pi because I'm doing with degree, which I'm going to do 360 minus theta. Yeah, so 360 minus 30 degrees is 330 degrees. All right, then I look at my domain and I check if I should add a period to, or not. So my domain is 360, which is quite tiny. If I check out the period is 2 pi over n, right, for cos. So 2 pi over 1, because in front of theta there's nothing. So which is 2 pi is 360 degrees. So if I have two solutions here, 30 and 330, if I add 360 onto each of them, it's going to be over my domain at 360. So I will not do that because I know it will not work. So my solution is I just end up having two solutions, is 30 degree and 330 degree. Okay. Same thing for B. You're looking for sine theta equal negative a half. So the reference angle, so if we just forget about the negative, the reference angle that have sine equal a half, that's still 30 degrees, right? Then I draw the unit circle out. In this time, I want sine to be negative. So the quadrant that have sine negative is T and C. So 30 degree in quadrant 1. In the third quadrant is, remember, it's pi plus theta, 180 plus theta. So I would have 180 plus theta plus 30. That's going to give me 210. Yeah. And in the fourth quadrant, that is 2 pi minus theta. So 360 minus 30, which is 330. Okay, so I would have 210 and 330 as my solution. And same like before, the period is 360, so I can't go further. Now, for C, before you find the reference angle, you need to make sure that 1 on root 2 have to merge the other side first. So cos theta equal 1 over root 2, okay? Now, the reference angle for 1 over root 2 will be, if you remember, that's 45 degrees. Or it's the same as root 2 over 2. So if I draw the unit circle out, I will have a cos. So I want cos to be positive, right? So I want A and C. So here I have 45 at my one of my angle, and the other one is 360 minus 45. That gives me 315 degrees. So that's what I want. 45 degree and 315. All right. Now, this is the last example of the note. If I have sine 2 theta equal negative root 3 over 2, I pretty much do the same thing. My reference angle of sine equal root 3 over 2, that is 60 degrees. But we are dealing with radian, so we need to make it in radian. So pi over 3. Then I draw the little unit circle. Okay. I want side to be negative. So it could be in quadrant 3 and 4, isn't it? Because 3 and 4 have side negative. But remember, you still use reference angle. So pi over 3 is quadrant 1. So in the third quadrant, it will be pi plus theta. So pi plus pi over 3, you will have 4 pi over 3. Okay. And in the fourth quadrant is 2 pi minus pi over 3. 2 pi minus pi over 3, so 5 pi over 3. Right? Now, what you do next is you're going to write 2 theta here because you solving for 2 theta. You're working with 2 theta, not theta. So you write 2 theta equal 4 pi over 3 or 5 pi over 3. Okay? You can just write comma. Then you're going to solve for theta. So to solve for theta, you're going to divide by 2. So if you divide it by 2, you pretty much multiply 4 pi over 3 by 1/2 and 5 pi over 3 by 1/2. So you will have 4 pi over 3 times 2, so times 1 over 2, which you have 4 pi over 6, and 5 pi over 3 times 2, which you have 5 pi over 6. Okay. Now I'm not simplifying yet because the other solution I simplify later. All right. Now your domain negative pi to pi, which means there might be more solution exist. So I'm going to find a period. Maybe I just do it here. The period is 2 pi over n. So 2 pi over n is the number next to theta, which is 2. So pi. So you're going to add a period or subtract a period to this one. So 4 pi and 6. Actually, let me write properly. All right. So I'm going to do 4 pi and 6 first, okay? If I plus pi, if I plus the period, 4 pi and 6 plus pi, that gives me 6 pi and 6 plus 4 pi and 6. That gives me 10 pi and 6, right? Sorry, 10 pi over 6. And then 10 pi over 6, check with my domain. My domain is pi, which 10 pi over 6 over, I can't go further. But if I go backward, 4 pi and 6, if I minus pi, 4 pi and 6 minus pi, I got negative 2 pi and 6. That's in my domain, because I can go back to negative pi, right? I can't go further negative pi because it will be over my domain. So, okay, I just stop here. Then I done 4 pound 6. Yeah. This time I'm going to do 5 pound 6 because I have two solutions. So 5 pound 6, I know that if I plus pi, it will be over. So, because that gives you 11 pound 6. And you don't want that. Your domain, you just go up to pi. 5 pound 6, if you go minus pi, make them the same denominator and stuff, you get negative pi over 6, which is acceptable because your domain negative pi. So in conclusion, you have how much solution? You have 4 pound 6, 5 pound 6, negative 2 pound 6, and negative pound 6. 4 solutions. Okay. Now, last thing is you can solve this equation on the CAS if you just go to menu algebra solve. Let me just write here. If you use the TI Inspire menu algebra solve, and then you put the equation in, okay? And then you do comma X. Then outside, you can see there's a little line outside here. And then here you have the domain. So in case you want to know the notation, so you have solve, right? Then you're going to have some kind of equation here. Then you do comma X, then you close bracket, then you do the given line. I'll show you later. And then here you're going to have the domain outside. So it's always start with X here, and it's always follow this symbol. So it's something less than X, less than something. So this is how you put the domain on the CAS. Okay, domain. Okay. Now let me show you how to do that on the CAS. So I got my CAS, then all right. So make sure that your setting is in writing because you are solving writing with writing not degree. So you got many algebra solve. Then let's say my equation psi. You can write psi or you can use trig and then you choose psi. Either way. So I have x equal. Then let's say you want to do 1/2. Then you do comma x. You close bracket. To make the given line, you press Control equal. Then you choose this symbol here. Then you have, let's say the domain is 0 to 2 pi, 0. Then you press Control equal, you choose this, and then X, then Control equal, you choose this, and then you write 2 pi. So 2, and then pi is just right there. Okay? So yeah, that gives you two solutions.